So here's the thing, you guys. So I have a few strawberries back here, and originally I was going to take it out, but I think I'm going to just plant the peppers within it. I don't think it will mind as much. I am going to go in and take out some of these volunteers. We have some volunteer sweet alyssums, and as far as these broccolis, they're not really doing much. And honestly, I think that was really good. I can grow them again when it gets a little bit colder out. So I'm actually going to pull these broccolis and put my hot weather crops because I really don't have the space. So unfortunately, these are going to have to go. And usually I keep the roots in and just break them off at the base of the plant so that the roots can just compost in place. But I think for this, I'm just gonna go right ahead and pull them out. As I'm going into, well, this is my 5th year of gardening, I learned a few things about having a really successful pepper season or pepper harvest. But the first thing that you have to get done is to prepare your soil. So I normally just use compost. You could use compost that you source from a farmer. You could use compost that you make at home. Or you could use compost that you can pick up at the big box store. I use both compost that I've made at home as well as compost that I picked up from the big box store, specifically Black Cow. So I had already put down compost that I made at home on top of the bed, and I'm going to again top this bed up with Black Cow. And you can also add even more organic matter by adding granular fertilizer in the planting hole. And then once you plant the pepper, you can sprinkle that around the pepper plant. And this just gives the plant a added boost and fertilization throughout the growing period. Usually those granular fertilizer slowly break down over the span of 3 months. So I don't usually add anything else after I do that. So you guys know about the strawberry bed. I did put a covering over this one. As you can see, it's bearing pretty good sized berries. And then we have a volunteer, well, not a volunteer, I think it's from the compost, is a nasturtium. Then this looks like either a cucumber or a melon. I'm thinking a cucumber. Not too sure on that one, but definitely came from the compost. I'm grabbing the tallest varieties that I currently, not tallest varieties, but the ones that are at a very tall stage, growth stage. I figure if I'm out of space or something, the smaller ones can wait a little bit longer than these, especially the sweet peppers. Sweet orange, sweet bell orange. I'm going to put yellow monster here, and then this one here. And like I said, you can plant your peppers together. They do like to have a companion. I did that last year and it worked just fine. They also use each other for support when planted together. This is a sweet bell yellow pepper. I'm gonna put that here. You just want to make sure you give them ample room, especially for the bell peppers. They do kind of grow pretty big. This is the orange. And then we have some spicier peppers here. And I usually like to keep the spicier ones away from the sweet peppers, only just in case the kids come and try to pick something. I know I have a designated area for the spices. So I have 4 Rosita eggplants. Ooh, this is pretty soft. Okay, so I have 4 Rosita eggplants, and I'm going to put them maybe here and here. We actually have one of the jewel amethyst eggplant, and I'm just gonna put that right in here. I could already tell the birds have been chomping on these berries. I was thinking about whether or not I should add some amendments to the planting hold, and normally I add some plantain, but this bed is mostly just clay soil, and I don't think my clay soil is that bad, and the compost. So I really want to see how the plants are going to do with no amendments added. I was really thinking these roots would be a lot worse than they are, but I'm just going to tease it just a little bit, and I'm going to plop her right in. So I'm going to be putting the serranos in the back. This is the Serrano Tempikino from Baker's Creek. Started this February 22nd. There's a trio, and I think I'm going to definitely separate these. I'm going to line the 3 of these in the back. I decided to add some of these snapdragons just to add a little bit of color. This is the tall Max Blend Snapdragon from Botanical Interest. I have definitely shown you guys these before. Roots aren't too bad. And I'm going to add another one on this side. This is also about 5. I do like to mostly put veggies in my beds, but I like to put on the outer end some flowers just to give it some nice color within the sea of green. Planting flowers can be beneficial in attracting beneficial pollinators. They can also deter different pests from your garden, as well as sometimes you may plant them to attract the pests so that they don't feast on the plants that you do want to survive. So I originally had the eggplants here, but I didn't want them to start shading out the pepper. I did decide to go ahead and put some hot peppers in this bed also. I don't have any more sweet peppers, and I do need the space for these ones, especially because they are already starting to bloom, or blossom, I should say. This one is the purple cayenne. And I love the purple varieties of peppers because you could kind of tell within the stems and sometimes with the leaf. There's a bird currently taking a bath in the bird bath. Oh my gosh. If I move, they're gonna move. Let me see if I could turn it just a little. Oh, it flew away. I am not exaggerating when I say any hole that I dig, there's at least 5 worms just coming out. It's amazing. That's why I'm really interested to see if, without any amendments, how these peppers will grow. I do have a comparison from last year. I had most of my peppers in this middle bed, and I did both granular fertilizer. I think I did garden tone, and then I also added black cow compost. So I will see how these perform. This is rainbow jalapeno. Roots aren't too bad. I'm definitely going to work that up. I'm also going to do some more snapdragon in here. I'm going to split it in half. And I'm going to do one here. And then another one here. I think I should also plant up this area. Just to help these plants that have just been sitting here patiently waiting. It's about to rain, so I'm going to give you guys a quick overview of what I've done already before it starts pouring. The 3 serranos in the back. 1, 2, and 3. And then we have the jewel amethyst eggplant. Then we have some snapdragon here and here just to flank the eggplant. And then we have the Rosita eggplant. And there's 2 currently at each post, but I think I'm going to separate it just a tad bit. Then we have some yellow monsters, yellow bell peppers basically. And then I think we have the red here and then the orange here. Go down so you guys have a better look. So this is the red, this is the orange, this is a single yellow, specifically the yellow monster, and both of those back there are double yellows. So all of these sweet peppers are doubled up except for the middle one. And then here we have the purple cayenne, and this one is doing something really interesting where it's just one plant, but it's actually made 3 different stems. I did not pinch it or anything, it just kind of did that on its own. So I'm really interested to see how well this produces. Then over here we have the Hungarian paprika. We have the rainbow jalapeno right up in front. Then here I think this is another cayenne pepper. And then lastly over here we have the Thai chili pepper. In between we have some strawberries that I planted without rhyme or reason, so it's right there. It's gonna stay there because it's blossoming and all that jazz, so I'm not going to dig it up now. And then I have a snapdragon here in front. Here's another strawberry and another snapdragon. I'm keeping this volunteer here because there's actually going to be an arbor that comes from here over to the other side, but this bed hasn't been finished as yet. And this is where I placed the dahlia. I think it'll look really nice along with the sage. These are getting so tall. I love the flowers. Nice and purple. And I'm sure the pollinators love this as well. But that's pretty much it. This is how much I cleared up the table. It seems like not that much, but we have some flowers here, some things that need to go in another green stalk that's coming soon. We have the loofah that I'm planning to run on the back trellis, some okra, some my brain is blanking. What is it? Oh, right, some hibiscus, some marigold that's supposed to be in front, and then some flowers that are in the very early stages, so I don't have to rush as much over there. And here's the rest of the peppers that I do plan to put in the other bed. So it might be planted up even though it's not finished yet. And the lettuce that I do also have to plant up. So still a lot of work to do.